Welcome back. So I have some larger items, photos in particular, as well as one additional item I've added to the PC. Yes, these are all PC ads for me, and there's, I think, only one duplicate, if I recall correctly. Of course, I can't recall off the top of my head because I got to go through the albums and make sure. But starting off, we have a really nice Type 1 1952 Al Rosen all the way on the right. This is celebrating after an early season sweep of the Yankees. Some really good teams Cleveland had in the early 1950s. With Greenberg as the GM, Rosen as a star, amazing pitching with Feller and Early Wynn, Bob Lemon, for a short time Satchel Paige. You also had Larry Doby in the lineup. Ray Boone was in the lineup. And multitude of others that I am not recalling off the top of my head. So that was the earlier career. Kind of tough to say with Rosen early and late. But also one more Rosen piece I picked up was another souvenir bat. So I don't see many Rosen bats pop up either. I should really look for lots and see if I can get some older bats. But so now this makes, of the key guys I collect, I believe it should be the only three that actually have mini bats. So Rosen is the most recent one. Before that I got Greenberg, and I actually do have a Morris Arnovich mini bat, souvenir bat. So 2 Rosen items added to the PC. Next up is an interesting letter of the guy I'm debating on whether to PC or not, full-fledged. That's a nice letter with interesting letterhead from Harry Danning. I find it fascinating that, well, there's no year associated with the letter. So I believe it says, "Dear Mr. Stern, thanks for the nice letter. Sorry, don't have any pictures. If you want pictures of any of the old timers, write or call George Brace." So that's why you see so many of them. And then he signs at the bottom. But I thought it was interesting just because we always see George Brace images, all the images that were produced later on, especially in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and a direct reference from one of the people that was the subject of those photos in Danning. So his stuff is still pretty affordable. Alright, now let's get into some Greenberg items, because of course it's a PC video, so I'm going to have Greenberg items. So starting off, this is a reproduction photo, but it's still an interesting one, and that it's Hank Greenberg and Bob Feller. Feller looks like he's about to sign a baseball, probably for this young lady down here. But I just find it interesting given, the 2 power hitters, power pitcher of the era. I thought it was a very nice photo, and it was very, very inexpensive. A little bit more money as a Wheaties Premium, 1939, I believe. This is the Smooth Swing, Hank Greenberg. These are blank backs because, of course, they were cut from boxes. And the Wheaties stuff is starting to climb a little bit, starting to dry up as well. And I try and find them for a reasonable price when I can. And finally, we have one more Hank photo. This is a Type 1. It's from 1936. It's not a very exciting photo. He's not hitting a home run. He's actually being intentionally walked. And there's two main reasons why I went for this photo. One is it's a type 1 of Greenberg during a game. But also, being that it's the 1936 season, Greenberg was injured about, I think, 3 weeks into the season. Maybe 4. So he didn't play a whole lot. There's not a lot of images of him in uniform during that season. So they are particularly difficult to find. So this one popped up. I at least wanted, kind of one image of him during that season in uniform as a type 1. And this was the opportunity that presented itself. So, again, it's one of those things where you just kind of do some investigative work. All the markings match up. And this is a game in particular that he got walked, I think, 3 times. Just an absolutely feared slugger, to say the least, during his playing days. So we have the type 1, the Wheaties, the reprint, as well as some other items in the Rosenbat, the Danning letter, and the Rosen type 1. All in all, pretty good additions to the collection. Again, the only duplicate that I can recall is the Wheaties Sweet Swing. Because, again, I try and buy them for a reasonable price. I'll pick them up. Because there are just not many out there. Not anymore, anyway. So, that's what I got for you this time around. And until next time, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. Have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating. Whether it's making videos, watching, commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to your LCS or local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.